school officials, teachers, parents, coaches, and most importantly, the athletes of the class of 2023. Welcome to the 2023 West Warwick Wizards Awards Association Sports Awards Ceremony. My name is Greg Gonzalez. And I'm the Director of HR for the West Warwick Public Schools, and I believe I've been doing this for about 20 years, this award ceremony, and I think this is at least our 5th venue, at least, no? But we try to improve on it every year, and I try to get you out in about an hour. That's not including the video program after, which I have no control over. So an hour from right now to the video. Hold me to it. I'm sure that for everybody here, there's a special place in their heart for the class of 2023. The special place they have in my heart is that they were the 8th graders who were at the Gary Middle School when I arrived there in 2018. So at that time, I was mostly in charge of 5th and 6th graders. So when I wanted to seek a little solace, I went and grabbed one of the 8th graders to chat up for a little bit. So thank you for that. This event is unlike any other event in any other school community, particularly public school community, in that so many families and organizations come out to benefit and to provide money and scholarships to the kids in the graduating class. This certainly was not around when I was in high school. Mr. DiMartino here was my high school soccer coach, and he was around youth sports when I was growing up, and he will tell you that I peaked athletically at age 7. Sorry, coach, 7. So I wouldn't have been in your seats anyway. But without further ado, I'd like to welcome the 2015 Athletic Director of the Year, Mr. Greg Cordy. I'd like to welcome the honored guests, parents, families donating, and student athletes here for your attendance tonight. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Barrington Bergeron, who basically offered her assistance this year in helping out, which is always, we always want more hands involved. And a quick shout out to the National Honor Society students who are helping us tonight, Michelle Mona, Brett McCaughey, and Evan Manning. Evan and Brett even decided to come in uniform, which is nice. Stand up, Brett, shoulder. Very nice. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a special thanks to Senor Greg Gonzalez. He has emceed this year. He has emceed this event for 20 years, and it is such a weight off my shoulders, knowing that, one, you don't have to hear from me all night, and two, we have someone who does such a great job. So again, please give a nice round of applause to Senor Greg Gonzalez. Tonight's a special night. Tonight we'll award over $10,000 to senior student athletes, thanks in part to donations from families and organizations and fundraising by student athletes. This night becomes possible. You'll hear a lot over the next week, or especially Friday night, about giving back to your community. The families and organizations here should be your role models. So I'd like to recognize some of the families who have donated. The McGarrett family, the Messier family, the St. Germain family, the Stone family, the Betez family, the Haynes family, the West Warwick Teachers Alliance, and the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge Number 6. They're the reason we're here tonight. Please give them a round of applause. So class of 2023, as you prepare to cross the stage on Friday night, please realize how much you have added to the rich history of West Warwick High School athletics. I'm sure you can think of more, but like I said, Mr. Gonzalez wants to get us home in an hour. And plus, Mr. Alves will talk plenty, so he takes up a lot of that hour. But I know you think of more, but here are some of your accomplishments, okay? This year alone, we've won 5 championships as a school, and we're hoping for a 6th and 7th with softball and baseball. You were part of the first girls indoor track class championship in school history, part of the first girls volleyball championship in school history, Part of a cheerleading team that now owns the record for most state championships won. Part of the first championship in girls basketball in over 30 years. Part of the first girls outdoor state championship, outdoor track state championship in school. And tonight we give out our first award that we will give out is our Master of Sports, which is students who have basically competed every season or have accumulated a number of sports to have competed in every season since they've walked in this building. Normally, we have about 5 or 6. Tonight we have 18 who are winning that award. Tonight you're also going to hear each of the book award winners will describe their most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete. In that spirit, I'd like to offer some of my most memorable moments of the class of 2023 Wizard athletes. Crystal Garrido, responding 4 times to every calendar invite that I sent about this ceremony, each time with a different answer on whether she's coming or not. Breathing a giant sigh of relief every time I announced Tiana Lee Kiovanovic's last name correctly in the East Greenwich and West Warwick softball game, and I believe I did it again, didn't I? All right. Brendan Griffin helping me text a question to my wife in today's language at a practice. I can't read her response. Making sure that Keaton Nunes didn't spike the Wizards flag on the newly finished gym floor at the first home girls volleyball game. And then, of course, Kayla Goldstein's laugh. I really could go on, because there are so many individuals in this group of seniors who have made such a lasting impression on me. But for the sake of time, I'll leave you with just one more. My most memorable moment of the class of 2023 as Wizard athletes is the support they showed each other, whether it was theme nights at football, basketball, or volleyball games, or being there for each other after a tough loss or a big win. That's what makes this group special. So I'd like to congratulate all the student athletes who will be recognized here tonight. It truly has been a pleasure watching you compete for the last 4 years and represent West Warwick High School with dignity in class. I wish you well on your future endeavors.
Real quick girls basketball story before we begin. Mr. Koenig had mentioned 30 years. So the last championship was in 1989. Back then they called it Class B. It was the class, Division II was Class B. So my sister was the point guard on that basketball team. Now my parents, they're not rich. Let's just say that nicely, okay? My parents are not rich. My mother, you can take this parenting advice as you would, but my mother offered my sister $50 in 1989 for every 3-pointer that she hit in that game. She hit 8. My sister went 8 for 10 that game and was the MVP. And my mother's like, I'm gonna need a few weeks, but I will make good on it. So again, congrats to those championship teams and to all of you. So like Mr. Kordick said, the funding source for all of these is very different. Some of them are from organizations and some of them are from families. So the first set of awards, the funding is from the West Warwick Wizards, the Awards Association, okay? So presenting on behalf of the Wizards is Mrs. Flynn Bergeron. She can come up. So here's what I typically do. I typically read a little bit of the slide, and I save the name for last so people can kind of start to guess who it is, okay? For example, this first award recipient did football cheerleading for 4 years and competition cheerleading for 4 years. Most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was winning my first New England Championship title last year, as well as making history this year and having the most state titles within the cheerleading program. Attending Western New England University in the fall to major in forensic chemistry, a West Warwick Wizards Association Book Award to Ms. Giselle Libera. Our next award recipient competed in football cheer for 2 years, competition cheer for 2 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was senior night, attending Southern New Hampshire University to major in computer sciences, a Wizards Award to Edward Silvestri. All right, now we're going to do the Richard Stone Book Awards. We'd like to call on Mr. Steve Adams, Jr.
Okay, thank you very much. Gives me great honor to talk a bit about Richard Stone. Richard Stone was my wrestling coach here at West Warwick High School. Richard Stone went to Cranston East High School, also went and wrestled at Springfield College, was a long-time guidance counselor and assistant principal in the West Warwick Public School System. He started the wrestling program in 1971 and coached the team till 1990. So it is with great pleasure that I memorialize his service and we give out a few book awards in his name. So thank you.
All right, this Richard Stone Book Award recipient competed in football for 4 years, cross country for 1 year, wrestling for 4 years, and unified basketball for 4 years. Do we know it yet? Anybody? Do we know? My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was beating Mount St. Charles in overtime in the quarterfinal game my sophomore year. That was the year of playing with masks, and we were able to be undefeated despite the COVID restrictions. The win pushed us to play East Providence in the semifinals. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study nursing, a Richard Stone Book Award to Keaton Noons. Okay, our next award recipient competed in football cheer for 4 years, competition cheer for 4 years, gymnastics for 3 years, and tennis for 1 year. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was our name being called for first place at the New England my junior year, and remembering how rewarding hearing our name felt for the state championship this year. Attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst in the fall to study sports management, a Richard Stone Book Award to Miss Maya Messina. Thank you, Coach. All right, so Keaton had apparently changed his most memorable moment. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete is scoring a tying buzzer beater with Jenny Landry in unified basketball and the comeback win against Cranston West this year in football. So Keaton's got several of them, but there's another. If you're running the slides, I forgot one from the last one. I'm going to put that one on right now. So back to the West Warwick Wizards. This person competed in soccer for 4 years, indoor track for 4 years, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was the parade of our outdoor track team lining up in the Wakefield McDonald's drive-thru as the inside wasn't open and we were hungry after our track meet. We stood between the cars in the front and back as we placed our orders. Attending Rhode Island College in the fall to major in data science, a Wizards Book Award to Miss Nilsa Tashin. Our next athlete competed in cross country for 3 years, indoor track for 4 years, outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was whooping kids in Foursquare before practice. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study computer sciences, a WWTA Book Award to Mr. Andrew Kay. The following student competed in football cheer for 4 years, competition cheer for 4 years, gymnastics for 4 years, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was winning New England's with the cheer team, attending Providence College in the fall, a WWTA Book Award to Miss Abigail Garofalo. Abby, do you want to come up or do you want us to come down? Our next student athlete competed in soccer for 4 years, indoor track for 4 years, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was outdoor track senior night, attending Sacred Heart University in the fall to study health sciences, a WWTA Book Award to Caitlin Sullivan. I'd like to recall Mr. Steve Adams. You ever see that scene in My Cousin Vinny? I recall Sheriff Folly! Almost sounds like Steve Adams, doesn't it? Hey guys, right? Sheriff Folly, right?
Gives me great honor to pass out 5 book awards in the name of a former friend and teammate, Harold Haynes. Before I talk a little bit about Harold, I'd like to introduce Harold's mom right here. Harold was a 3-sport athlete here, football, basketball, and track. Harold worked for the Rhode Island Department of Corrections, and a sudden heart attack at age 37 took his life real early. But Harold had a smile that lit up the room and a heart bigger than anybody here. He's coming up on 20 years. I can't believe, in his passing, he had a couple children come through the district, and his family continues both on the West Warwick community level and the state level to be difference makers for student athletes in the state of Rhode Island. So it gives me great pleasure to stand here and hand out some book awards in the name of a good friend and a great Wizard athlete, Harold Haynes.
Sure. We're going to present the award next to Harold's mom, okay? I'll get into one of them. All right. Our first athlete competed in volleyball for 2 years, basketball for 4 years, tennis for 2 years, and outdoor track for 1 year. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was my high school basketball coach, Steve Lawton, visiting me while I was hospitalized during our basketball season and making me feel like I was still part of the team even though I couldn't physically be with my girls. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to major in nursing, a Harold Haynes Book Award to Miss Brooke Williamson. Our next student athlete competed in basketball for 2 years and baseball for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was being able to play baseball for Coach Grenier for the past 3 years and learning so much from him. Attending CCRI in the fall to major in general studies, a Harold Haynes Book Award to Boo, Brendan Griffin. Our next student athlete competed in football for 4 years and basketball for 4 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was coming back from being down 27-10 against our rivals Cranston West in our first game of this football season after a long week of trash talking. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study business, a Harold Haynes Book Award to Mr. Brady Mayali. Our next Wizard athlete participated in volleyball for 4 years, soccer for 1 year, basketball for 4 years, and unified for 2 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was as fun as it was making it to Rick for the championship 4 times between volleyball and basketball. Nothing beats this year's basketball championship. Our team formed a bond like none other that I have been a part of, and as a result, we are state champions. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study biology and pre-dental, a Harold Haynes Book Award to Miss Kayla Goldstein. All right, our next athlete played soccer for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, golf for 2 years, and tennis for 1 year. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was playing in the semifinals with the kids I've been growing up with and playing basketball with my whole life. With our amazing student section cheering us on. Although we didn't win, we came back from being down 22 and almost won it at the buzzer. It was a fun game to be a part of. We fought to the end, which is the only way I wanted to end my high school basketball career. Playing hard until the end with my friends. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study business, a Harold Haynes Book Award to Derek Petrarca. All right. I heard that Officer Lake is in the building. Would Officer Lake come down? Ah, here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Justin Lake. Coach Lake is representing the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police, and they are responsible for the funding source for this next award. All right, this award recipient participated in soccer for 4 years, indoor track for 3 years, and softball for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was probably hitting 2 home runs in 1 game against Woonsocket. Attending CCRI in the fall, an FOP Lodge 6 Book Award to Zoe Battersby.
Marcia and Roland Betez Book Award. I'd like to call up his two daughters, Stacy and Kelly. Marcia and Roland met in the old St. James School in the 1950s. Came to then John F. Deering High School. Marcia, a cheerleader. Roland, a three-sport all-state athlete. The first gentle giant the Wizards ever had. Roland was an all-stater in football, basketball, and a tremendous pitcher in baseball. Roland also played three sports at the University of Rhode Island. Played all three sports, and in fact, he's one of them, one to be known to play every position on the line of scrimmage. He is in the West Warwick Wizard Athletic Hall of Fame, and he's also in the University of Rhode Island Athletic Hall of Fame. So it gives me great pleasure, with the help of his two daughters, to hand out some book awards in the name of Marcia and Roland Betez.
Our next recipient participated in cross-country for 4 years, indoor track for 4 years, excuse me, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was the girls' track team winning the Class B championship meet for the first time. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study nursing, a Rolly and Martha Betez Book Award to Crystal Garrido. Our next student athlete ran cross country for 4 years, indoor track for 4 years, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was when I placed fourth in the 400 run during the outdoor state championships. Attending Brown University in the fall to major in computer science and economics, a Betez Family Book Award to Mr. Brendan Raffia. My 2018 Secret Santa. Give the Messier Awards out. Give it up to the 2015 Athletic Director of the Year, Mr. Greg Gordon.
Brian Messier was a basketball player here at West Warwick, who I believe before his senior year was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. It's come soon after his class graduated. His mom basically would run the Brian Messier breakfast every year to raise money for these book awards. Unfortunately, Mrs. Messier passed on about 5 years ago, but we're still fortunate enough to be able to give out book awards in Brian's name.
Our next award recipient played soccer for 1 year, basketball for 2 years, and volleyball for 2 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete were the memories I made, the lessons I learned, the relationships I made, Everything Wizard Athletics taught me, win or lose, keep control of emotions and balance. Being an athlete has helped me learn and provided me with the ability to use these skills in the real world. A Brian Messier Book Award to Mr. Ethan Kelly. Our next student athlete participated in football for 2 years, basketball for 2 years, and volleyball for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was having a close team bond during junior season volleyball. Attending Cicero in the fall, a Brian Messier Book Award to Brady Reja.
The Messiers also would provide an award, a team award, to the most dedicated basketball player in boys basketball every year. It doesn't have to be your best player. It can be just somebody who stays the course and basically does what's asked of them and does the right thing all of the time. This year's recipient for the 43rd Annual Brian Messier Basketball Award goes to Brady Allen.
All right, presenting the Michael McGarrett Book Award, I'd like to call down Linda Plant. And Mary. Oh, Mary, come on. All right, the next 3 awards are Michael McGarrett Book Awards. Our first recipient participated in soccer for 4 years, indoor track for 3 years, gymnastics for 3 years, and unified for 2 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was scoring a game-time buzzer beater with Jenny Landry in unified basketball and the comeback win against Cranston West this year in football. Sounds familiar. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study special education, a Michael McGarrett Book Award to Leah Moreau. Our next award recipient played soccer for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and volleyball for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was probably my basketball senior night. Attending URI in the fall to study kinesiology, a Michael McGarrett Book Award to Mr. Nathan Vanas. award recipient played volleyball for 4 years, tennis for 2 years, indoor track for 3 years, basketball for 1 year, and softball for 3 years. My most cherished moment as a Wizard athlete is when I won the state volleyball championship sophomore year. It was quite difficult to accomplish this throughout COVID. This was West Warwick High School's first championship in program history. We competed in Hannah Sears' honor because she passed away right before the season. Although the season was really difficult, I am quite proud of what we managed to accomplish. Attending Nova Southern University in the fall to major in business, a Michael McGarrett Book Award to Rhea Adams. Next set of awards are in the name of Marine Sergeant Brian St. Germain, and we'd like to call Brian's mom, Miss Lynn St. Germain Lund, to present the awards.
Evening. I could just say a few things about Brian. So Brian grew up in West Warwick, where he attended West Warwick Public Schools, graduated in 2001. Brian was a smart, skinny kid with glasses. He was active in various youth sports such as baseball, basketball, soccer, and even jiu-jitsu. And he was a real car fanatic. In 8th grade, Brian ran his first cross-country meet for Deering Middle School. Although he finished at the back of the pack, the seed was planted for an award-winning track career. Brian decided to give cross-country another go in his freshman year at West Warwick High School. That's when it clicked. By his sophomore year, Brian ended his basketball career to focus on indoor and outdoor track as well as cross-country. His running career at West Warwick High School garnered Brian various awards, including the title of captain on all running teams as a senior and making all-state team in both indoor and outdoor hurdles. Although recruited to run track by universities such as University of Rhode Island and Bucknell, Brian decided to join the United States Marine Corps. Throughout his life, when Brian put his mind to do something, he usually succeeded. This mentality was no different when he decided to become a Marine. He was quickly promoted to Lance Corporal and then Corporal, serving his first tour of duty in Iraq, outside Fallujah, Iraq, in 2004. During his tour, he received the Naval Achievement Award, medal for his unit's preparedness for convoys, as well as Green and Brown Belt martial arts instructor titles. It was on his second tour in Iraq in 2006, while based in Al-Assad, Iraq, that the convoy he was on supplying security for was overcome by a flash flood while crossing a small riverbed. Brian and 7 other Marines were killed. Brian was only 22. Brian was also posthumously promoted to sergeant, as his promotion was pending approval at the time of his death. And if I can leave you with nothing else here tonight, please use this time to go enjoy life whilst you're attaining your highest goals. That's what Brian did. And although he died at the young age of 22, most will tell you he lived a fuller life than many. Nothing is guaranteed. Create your own dreams and then go fulfill them. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Our first Sergeant St. Germain Award recipient participated in cross country for 3 years, soccer for 3 years, indoor track for 4 years, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was all the accomplishments my team and I had accomplished and growing up together since middle school. Attending CCRI in the fall to study kinesiology, a St. Germain Book Award to Miss Rachel Cambia. recipient played football for 3 years, cross country for 3 years, indoor track for 4 years, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was breaking Tom Medeiros' outdoor 1,500-meter school record at the state championship. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall, a Sergeant Brian St. Germain Book Award to Mr. Jesse Principe. Student athlete ran cross country for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, indoor track for 3 years, outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was winning the medium class championship in indoor track for the first time in school history. Attending the University of Rhode Island in the fall to study business, a Brian St. Germain Book Award to Miss Nina Gallo. Our next award recipient played soccer for 4 years, indoor track for 4 years, and outdoor track for 3 years. My most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was hanging out with my teammates on the bus rides to the meet and back as well as going out to eat at Wendy's with the team after a good meet. Attending Sacred Heart University in the fall to study computer sciences, a Sergeant St. Germain Book Award to Damon Wilson. Sergeant Brian St. Germain Memorial Award. This award is given to the student athlete with the seriousness of purpose who shows dedication to academics and to the sport of track. The 2023 award recipient is Jenna Danis. Another 2023 St. Germain Award recipient, Damon Wilson. Why don't we all come up at the same time? And to Jesse Principe. So one more round of applause for all of our St. Germain Award recipients and for Miss St. Germain. Thank you. All right. Next we have 2015 Athletic Director of the Year.
Just to correct a mistake, copy paste error. I'm going to tell the kids not to do that. Leah's most memorable moment as a Wizard athlete was beating Mount St. Charles in overtime, quarterfinal game her sophomore year. That was the year playing with Mass, and we were able to be undefeated despite COVID restrictions. The win pushed us to play East Providence in the semifinals. So I'm going to award the Master of Sports. These are the student athletes, like I said, 18 of them who have basically participated. Normally it's 12, but with the lost COVID season, this will be the last class, it's 11, although we did have some who did 14, 13, and so on. So when I call you up, if you could please come get your medal and stay on stage. Damon Wilson. Nunes. Jesse Principe. Derek Petroffa. Brendan Rathier. Nathan Vanas. And Devin Bouillet. Our female Master of Sports winners, Abigail Garofalo. Nina Gallo. Leah Moreau. Caitlin Sullivan. Bria Alex. Jenna Danis. Nilsa Tashin. Maya Messina. Rachel Cambio. Kayla Goldstein. And Crystal Garrido. A nice round of applause for the commitment and effort. Our next award is our Lady Wizards Commitment to Basketball Award, awarded to a Lady Wizard basketball player that showed extreme commitment during the 22-23 season. To present this award, I'd like to call Coach Steve Lawton. The 23 Lady Wizards Commitment to Basketball Award is awarded to Brooke Williamson. I was told that Coach Rich Grenier is going to do the next awards, and if he's not here, it'll be his son Matthew. The Jack McCarthy Memorial Award goes to outstanding dedication to West Warwick baseball and to academics. There are 3 recipients, if we could all...
two recipients. The first one goes to Nick Brown. The next one, you're my boy, Blue. You're my boy, Boo. Brendan Griffin. All right, I'd like to call Coach Brian Palazzo. The following award is a Lady Wizards Award to a Lady Wizard that shows dedication to West Warwick High School softball and academics. And this year's award recipient is Zoe Battersby. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Greg Cordick.
The interscholastic league defines character as, it's in the, hold on, we got it. I have it, I thought it was on the blackboard. It's too much, too much. So it defines character as a student athlete exemplifying the following values: discipline, teamwork, sacrifice, respect, loyalty, time management, accountability, citizenship, organizational skills, sportsmanship, confidence, leadership, commitment, effort, and work ethic. I believe Mr. Alves and I discussed these awards probably 15 years ago. We began giving these. And the idea was not to just hand out a bunch of them until 2023. And every coach who came to that meeting and put up a name, we couldn't sit there and say, oh, that person can't give it to that person. So just like everything else the class of 2023 has done, we have the most student athlete character awards, I believe, in this award ceremony history. So our fall student athlete character award, our female recipients, Bria Alves. Abigail Garofalo. This is the last time you have to get up, Abby. I promise. Leah Moreau. Edward Silvestri. Jaden Pruden. And Derek Petrocco. Winter Award winners. Brady Miali. John Correa. Brady McNamara. Rachel Cambio. Crystal Garrido. Giselle Rivera. And Kaylee George. And our spring winners, Justina Andrade. Caitlin Sullivan. Nilsa Tashin. Stephen Shayer. Jonathan Griffin. Brady Rajak. And Brendan Griffin. I'd like to turn it back over to Major Greg Gonzalez, who will be giving out the Rhode Island Army National Guard Awards.
The Rhode Island Army National Guard Award is awarded for academic excellence, leadership, and community service. The 2023 female recipient is Miss Jenna Danis. The 2023 male recipient is Keaton Nunes. Mr. Carter is going to present the Jason Pisano Award.
The Jason Pisano Award demonstrates outstanding courage, perseverance, dignity, and determination to overcome adversity. The award is named after Jason Pisano, who unfortunately left us too many years ago. And this generation really never got to see what Jay did. So every year we show a quick little video of Jason Pisano, West Warwick graduate.
I'm writing about my experiences from the last 2 marathons. Jason was born with cerebral palsy and was born with a disability, so he didn't know any other way, so he just works with the hand that he's dealt. I believe marathons are one's ultimate test of mental and physical toughness. Competition and athletics for Jason Pisano makes him a complete person. It makes him able to strive and reach for the top.
Jason completed over 50 marathons, only being able to move his wheelchair by using his left foot. This year's 2 award winners overcame major injuries in their junior year to come back and to compete in their senior year. Our female award winner for the Jason Pisano Award is Lindsay Morris. And our male winner, Brendan Rathia.
Just want to let you know that I realize it's after 5. So if I could quote a friend of mine, I'd like to thank you all in advance, right, for your anticipated cooperation, all right? The next guest, the assistant principal here at West Warwick High School. He's going to tell you about how you fly with the eagles and not graze with the turkeys, all right? He's going to come up and talk about passion, what it means to be a wizard. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1983 Providence Journal Schoolboy Athlete of the Year, Mr. Steve Adams.
Don't give up your day job. I'd like to thank the Wizards Association, the coaches, the administration, the parents, student athletes for taking time to memorialize a great man, a great wizard. My father was a three-sport athlete here, class of 1957. two-time All-State football player, Tom McCann Award winner for Outstanding Player in Kent County. Coached football here for over 25 years, 15 as an assistant, 11 as a head coach, won 3 Super Bowls. Also was assistant baseball coach for another 15 years, and assistant wrestling coach for another 10 to 15 years. All around you, Steve Al Sr. invested into this community, this athletic community. The concession stand, the press box, literally got the foundation poured the day I was leaving for college. My brother and I were there the week before with Joe in construction, digging that hole, okay, and then getting fundraising money to build the Amby Smith press box. My father personified passion, pride, and desire. My father had a different set of quotes that aren't school appropriate. Some of the fathers and grandfathers here that played for him know what I'm talking about. I look out in the crowd, I see Mike Petrarca. I remember 40 years ago, probably this week, I was pitching against Smithfield. Their star hitter, this guy named Earl Porter, hit a line drive. It was like pouring milk into a fan. This thing was going 1,000,000 miles an hour. And my second baseman, whose glove was bigger than his body and his glasses were bigger than his head, caught the baseball. Mike Petrarca, right there. Mike, stand up, Mike. Mike Petrarca caught the baseball in his glove and dislocated his finger. Clear it out. So Mike comes to the dugout, and my father, having pride, passion, and desire, said, Mike, look at the flag. Grabs his finger and pops it back into its socket, says, finish the game, this is a state quarterfinals. And Mike finished the game. So, there's a lot of quotes. Mike, 40 years ago, a long time. John Gallo can tell you some stories about passion, I'm sure. He passionately ran the hill as my father was blowing the whistle, because John had, we'll just say, energy. And he loved coaching these guys. He loved being a Wizard coach. So it gives me great pleasure to talk about athletes that demonstrate and personify pride and passion. What pride is what you do when nobody's looking. That's the measure of greatness. Everybody can do it when they're being watched. What do you do when you're not being watched? That's the measure of greatness. That's the difference between good and great. My father held you accountable. He didn't care what you did yesterday. What did you do better to get better today? And if I can leave you guys with anything, he would tell you a couple things. To be successful, his definition in mine now to success, 3 things. 3 things. Bring it every day. Show up with passion. Don't go through the motions. Get both feet in or get them out. Second thing, be a difference maker to an individual, to a community, to a team. And third and final, if you really want to be successful, a legacy of success, be that person that can be there during adverse times. Somebody who will be in your foxhole when needed. If someone can say those 3 things about you, you're successful. It's a great legacy. My father left it. I hope to leave it, and I hope all of you pass that on to the next generation. Thank you. In 2023, Wizard Pride Award. My father loved trying to fix you when you were injured, whether it be dunking your limbs into ice or taping it till that limb turned blue. And ironically, I kind of passed this on to this recipient, Kayla Goldstein. The male student athlete played with pride and desire. Again, I've been watching basketball here for close to 5 decades. And although I wasn't at the game, the most thunderous dunk in Wizard history on this court with pride and passion, Nathan Bernard.
Okay, next to present our Sportsmanship Award, I'd like to call Superintendent Karen Tarasevich. The West Warwick High School Sportsmanship Award is awarded to a student that demonstrates leadership and an unselfish dedication to their team. The female 2023 Sportsmanship Award recipient is Nina Gallo. And the male recipient for unselfish leadership and dedication to his team, Devin Booyan.
Script for a second here. Director Gonzalez has made it very clear to you tonight that Mr. Kordick has been the 2015 Athletic Director of the Year, but what he has not told you is that Mr. Kordick is also the Rhode Island Interscholastic League 2023 recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. And their families, and there's so much that goes on behind the scenes to make all of this happen, and we are owed a debt of gratitude to Mr. Kordick for his efforts.
Presenting the Outstanding Student Athlete Award, West Warwick High School Principal, Mrs. Jessica Hassel. The outstanding male and female student athlete go to the best athlete in the class that are also the highest ranking members of the senior class. And the female student athlete is Tiana Lee Kielvanga. Outstanding male student athlete goes to Andrew Tay. Outstanding Athlete Award, these are people who are recognized as phenomenal athletes in the class of 2023. Presenting the award, Assistant Principal, Mr. Mike Green. Here we have two male recipients. Outstanding Athlete, Mr. Damon Wilson. Outstanding male athlete, Mr. Jesse Principe. I think Jesse's stats, hold on, he was second in the 15, third in the 800. Okay. Outstanding female athlete, Miss Maya Messina. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the awards presentation. What typically happens now is that we invite the members of the senior class to the very front if you'd like to come down and sit next to your friends, and you can watch the senior slideshow kind of together, if that works, okay? But having said that, thank you to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Principal Hassel.
Those of you who are going to help me out can come on stage at this moment, please. Thank you. Okay, in our rich West Warwick history, there have only been 4 people who have served as athletic directors in West Warwick Public Schools. Each person has left an indelible mark on Wizard history. Today, Mr. Greg Kordick makes history as being a part, thank you, I'm having tippy toes over here, makes the 5th athletic director to retire. And in order to help us honor him appropriately, your senior athletes.
Mr. Kordick is a true wizard in every sense of the word. His loyalty is unmatched, although he did go to another school in Warwick. His roots are deeply implanted into our wizard community. His passion for our community is on display in everything he does, both in the classroom and on the athletic fields and courts. He has proudly represented our school, community, and our athletic department since 1995.
Mr. Kordick's coaching resume extends through both middle school and high school sports, coaching from 1999 through the present. He has coached basketball on both the middle and high school levels and did so until 2013. Mr. Kordick's love has always been in coaching basketball and coached as an assistant coach alongside Mr. Grenier beginning in 2014 until he became the head coach 2 years ago. In 2005, Mr. Kordick stepped into his role of service, becoming the assistant AD until 2013 when he became the full-time athletic director.
For 18 years, Mr. Kordick has worked his magic to keep West Warwick athletics in the forefront of Rhode Island interscholastic league. His qualities as a mentor, role model, and community servant shine brightly. His commitment to the well-being and growth of our student athletes, both on and off the field and courts, have left a great impact on our West Warwick community. During his tenure as athletic director, West Warwick saw some of its greatest success, winning 28 high school state championships, with the most recent being a history-making girls outdoor track and state field state championship. And although Mr. Kordick And although Mr. Kordick wasn't the coach, it is his hard work and dedication that sets the foundation and creates a scene of ease for the coaches, athletes, and families so they can enjoy, compete, and athletes and families so they can enjoy, compete, and coach.
Besides the legacy Mr. Kordick leaves behind at West Warwick Public Schools, his service extends far beyond the school department. He has won the RI Interscholastic League Athletic Director of the Year, received the Rhode Island Interscholastic League Distinguished Service Award, and has received the RI Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association State Award of Merit for his outstanding leadership and achievement as an athletic administrator.
We are forever grateful for his invaluable service and the lasting impact he has made in shaping our athletic program and the lives of countless individuals. Thank you for everything, for the bus schedules, countless fundraisers, and funds raised, for the organization, for taking late paperwork, and for being there for all the players and coaches. Mr. Kordick is always behind the scenes, troubleshooting, advocating, and ensuring that the players and coaches can do what they do best. Today, we salute and express our deepest gratitude to the incomparable Greg Kordick, a true legend in our West Warwick community.
We have some important people who want to honor you by giving you a little thought from us here at West Warwick Public Schools.
This ran it longer than an hour, so I apologize. I've always said in speeches, when I've been fortunate enough to win awards that, you don't do this job alone. And ultimately, what it comes down to is kids standing behind you and the kids sitting out there. It's not hard to work hard for them when you see them working hard. And so I was fortunate enough to to serve in this job with some tremendous student athletes, and I think it's fitting that I get to lead with this class. Thank you very much.